Hey guys, this is the accommodation of the ship when seen from the aft direction. It's around 45 meters high from the place where I am standing right now. Well, this is a cargo ship and I'm standing in a cargo hold. There are stairs on both sides of the accommodation superstructure, as you can see on the screen, to go from the upper deck all the way to the bridge right on the top. But don't worry, there's an elevator fitted as well. Now the chimney exhaust kind of thing that you see right at the top is the funnel, and those are the exhaust gases from the engine running. Now let's start the rounds on deck. Now, there are so many things on deck that need a mention, but I'm gonna keep it short and simple. So to begin with, the middle door is the entrance to the accommodation. We will now make way towards the forward of the ship. The weather today is quite clear and sunny. On days like this, they say one could see up to 40 miles away. That's a lot. The shadow is that of the containers, which are loaded on deck. This is a container ship. We'll get to that in a bit. This is how a stack of containers loaded on deck looks like. We can carry up to 14,000 of those containers on deck and below deck. We are doing a transatlantic passage right now, and more or less we are in the middle of the ocean. That's why you don't see much traffic around. On deck there are freshwater, seawater and air connections available. Along with that, there are also firefighting arrangements, for example the red box with fire hoses, and of course life-saving appliances like this one, kept at strategic locations on deck so that they are easily and readily accessible when required. The ship is around 300 meters long. In shipping terms, this is rather big size for a ship. Biggest ones would be maybe 400 meters long or 410, somewhere round about that. This part might sound a bit technical, but bear with me. From the surface of the sea, one would say that the weather is very calm. In shipping terms, we say that the waves are missing, but the swell does exist. Now what's a swell? If you look closely, you would see that the wave-like thing in the water, just that they're not on the surface but underwater. Well, that's a swell. And our ship rolls or pitches when it encounters the swell. This part will be a little bit clearer when we reach my favorite part of the ship. Now this is one of my favorite spots on deck. You'll see that the splash of water isn't consistent. Sometimes it's more and sometimes it's less. Well, this is the ship meeting the swell. So when the ship rides a swell, there's hardly any splash, and when the swell has passed, the ship falls down, so to speak, and then you see the splash. And this continues when we are sailing. Almost forgot. Well, this rise of deck in blue color is what shapes the vessel towards the forward, and it also, so to speak, gives the vessel the appearance of the vessel. We are about to reach the forecastle of the ship, or the forecastle as some would call it. This area consists of certain deck machinery like the anchor, the mooring winches, and of course the foremain mast. When the ship is reaching a port and we are going alongside, this is the location in the forward from where ropes are being sent to the shore so that the ship can be secured in place. Also, the person who is in charge of this operation stands here so that he has a good overview of all the people who are working in this location. Now, if you're still watching this video, you are either into shipping or in love with the seas, or maybe Titanic lists as one of your all-time favorites. Speaking of which, this location right now is the cargo ship equivalent of that scene from the movie where Kate Winslet thinks that she's flying. Well, to be honest, you do have a cool fresh breeze in your hair when you're at this spot, but one doesn't feel like flying as they say in the movie, so that's about that. I mean, come on, you do have a nice view and stuff, but you're not flying. Come on, you're not flying. No way. I am always curious as to what I may see when I pop my head out this opening that's called the center lead forward. Previously, I have spotted dolphins, seals, and even flying fishes here. Yes, flying fishes do exist. If you're interested, you can look for that video. I think it was a combination of great timing and some even greater luck. Yet again, you can see the ship encountering the swell, where you can see that the splash of water isn't consistent and keeps changing depending on the swell and how the ship encounters with it. And I like the way you can see the water gushing past over it. Now this part of the ship I also like very much. It just gives you that calm and peaceful kind of feeling. Well, this part of the hull that's visible right now is called the bulbous bow, and technically it's supposed to reduce the wave making resistance of the ship. Apart from that, it's also a great sight, at least for me. Isn't this a lazy yet interesting way to spend a Sunday afternoon? Well, I think so. And wow, this visibility indeed is crazy good today. Also, the sparkling blue color of the water, well, that's my personal favorite. Right now, if you look closely enough, you can actually see the movement of the ship with reference to the water in the background. That is the swell interaction. Alright, so now I am on the port side of the ship and I will make my way back towards the accommodation. The view from this side is just as stunning as it was on the starboard side, with clear blue skies and sparkling blue water everywhere. I think we are making quite good speed. Maybe we are around 19 or 20 knots right now. The area below deck can have space for cargo, for water ballast tanks, and also for fuel tanks. And all these tanks have their vents opening to the main deck. And that's what you keep seeing, you know, these vents, the gooseneck arrangement from time to time as I am walking past them. Well, I don't think the cam lens is powerful enough to capture this, but there's a ship really far away, right at the horizon. Actually a little bit beyond the horizon. All I can see is a part of the accommodation of the ship, and no hull or the deck. So it's actually past the curvature of the earth that's visible to me right now. Somewhere there. I don't know if you've noticed these numbers which are painted in white on my left hand side. These are actually the numbering for the cargo areas on deck, so that when the containers are loaded, they can be loaded as per a plan at a specific spot, etc. Well, this was only a short round on deck towards the forward of the ship. There's an area that leads to the aft deck, or poop deck as it's called, but I'm not going there right now. Well, some people are working hard even on a Sunday afternoon, eh? Alright then, I'm nearly at the accommodation now, so see you guys later and hope you enjoyed this round on deck. Hey there, thank you so much for watching. In case you liked the video, please do subscribe. Also, if there's a comment or any feedback or a question that you have about the video, please do post below. Thank you.